everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good one. So today's video is going to be the first of 5 swatch and review videos. I am going to do an entire week of swatch and review videos for you guys on my channel because I've picked up so many collections and I just kind of wanted to show you guys all of the polishes that I've picked up. So I figured why not do an entire week of haul, swatch, and review videos. I have some brands that you guys have seen on my channel before, and I have brands that you guys haven't seen on my channel before. So today's video is actually going to be a brand new indie brand that I discovered through Instagram. And the creator of this polish brand is called Crystal, and the polish brand is called Poshlish. So Crystal sells all of her polishes via her Etsy website. I will put her Etsy page and her personal information down below in the description box. I picked up 6 of her neon polishes because I was really interested to see how her neon formula is, because neon polishes are just notoriously hard to make. They typically have really bad formulas. Spoiler alert, I love all of these polishes. I think her formula is absolutely great. I didn't do a live swatch with any of these polishes because they all applied the same way except for one, so I thought it a little redundant to show you guys how these polishes applied. But if you guys do want me to do that, I can do a live swatch for you guys and upload it on Instagram. If you aren't interested in seeing how these polishes apply, I only have bottle shots and then pictures of what the polishes look like during this video. So the first polish in her collection is called Neon Blue, and that's exactly what this polish is. It's the perfect medium neon blue. On camera, it may show up a little bit more like a navy blue, but in person, this is actually a brighter blue. It's not as bright as like a robin's egg blue, but it's not as dark as a navy blue. So it's kind of right in the middle. And this took 2 coats to be fully opaque. Great formula. I like that her wand is a little bit of a thicker wand. I will show you guys what her wand, her polish brush looks like. So that's what the polish brush looks like. It is a little bit of a thicker brush. The polishes that she has are a little bit on the medium to thick side of a formula, but not so thick where you can't work with the polishes. I actually prefer when a polish is kind of on the medium to thick consistency because it makes it easier to work with for me, because I don't have to risk flooding my cuticles. I don't like polishes that are too watery, and I think that her formula is perfect in that respect for me. This polish did dry matte, so you are going to need a glossy top coat, and I feel that when you apply the glossy top coat, it makes the polish color kind of pop a little bit. When it dries matte, it kind of dulls down the color, and as soon as you apply that glossy top coat, it kind of brings the color back to life. I hope that makes sense. So again, this is Neon Blue from her Neons collection. The next polish that I got is called Neon Pink. This is a neon hot pink, a neon fuchsia color. But one thing that really impressed me with this formula was that it's almost opaque in 1 coat. I did do a second coat to kind of even out a little bit of bald spots that I found on only 1 nail, but almost every other nail seemed to apply perfectly. Another thing that I didn't mention earlier is that I didn't apply any of these polishes except for one over a white base, and they still showed up extremely bright on the nails. So the next one is called Neon Purple. This is a purple that has a little bit of pink into it, so it's kind of like that pinky purple. Not quite as pinky purple as Zoya's Charisma, if you guys have that color, you know, just for a comparison. This definitely pulls a lot more purple, but it does have that slight hint of pink in it. And I didn't think this color was going to be very bright, but when I applied it on the nails, it is a very bright color. It does dry matte like all of the other polishes. If you want a more neon purple, I would definitely say use this with a white base. In my picture, it is 2 coats of this polish with no white base, and I think it looks very bright in pictures. So, but remember, you can always layer any of these over a white base. I hope I'm not repeating myself too much. The next polish, I definitely don't think you need to layer this over a white base because it is extremely intense. This reminds me of Orly's Melt Your Popsicle, but more on like the yellow side. Melt Your Popsicle is more leaning towards like the construction cone orange side. This has a little bit more yellow to it. So kind of like that squashy orangey yellow color. This polish is called Neon Orange. I'm not sure if I said that already. With this polish, I did end up doing a thicker second coat. Depending on your application, you may need 2 to 3 coats, but I didn't use a white base for this one, and it is extremely bright on your nails. One thing about Melt Your Popsicle, depending on what formula you get, and a lot of neons, is that you do need a white base. So this polish really did surprise me because I didn't need a white base for this one at all. And it did build up to the color that you see in the bottle. And it only took 2 coats. Those 2 coats were because I did use a thicker second coat. So you may actually need 3 coats instead of 2 coats. But that's still pretty good for a neon because most neons, again, you have to use a white base. Depending on the white base, you may need 2 coats of that white base and then 2 to 3 coats on top of that. So you end up with 5 coats of polish sometimes. And this only took 2 coats for me. The next polish in the collection is called Neon Green. And this color kind of reminds me of like a Crayola green. It's a green that leans a little bit more towards the lime green. So it has kind of like hints of yellow to it. This one did take 3 coats for me to be fully opaque, but this was one of the first ones that I applied, and I was using a lot thinner coats. So you may be able to build this one up in 2 thicker coats, but again, I didn't use a white base for this one. It applied smoothly. Like I said before, I really like the size of the brush. It also dries matte, so you are going to need a glossy top coat. This was one of the ones that when it dried matte, it seemed to dry really dark. And as soon as I applied that glossy top coat, it kind of livened up and brightened up the color. So the last polish in the collection is called Neon Yellow. And this was the polish that I did have to apply a white base coat to get it opaque on its own. I did 4 layers of this on its own, and it didn't. You could still see my visible nail line. However, I don't know if you guys will be able to tell from my pictures. When I applied my white base, I used the polish that isn't fully opaque in 1 coat. So the white base was a little bit streaky, and that did show up with this polish. So if you are going to wear this polish, I would suggest doing a nice and even white base under it and then just applying 1 coat of this on top. This does apply really nicely on top of the white polish, but you need to make sure that your white base is completely streak free, it's completely even. So I would definitely pay attention to that when using any neon yellow polish. The reason I am not completely disappointed with this polish is because yellow is just notoriously difficult to work with. China Glaze's Celtic Sun is one of my favorite neon yellow polishes, but that polish is such a pain in the butt. It has a very similar formula to this, but I actually like this formula a lot better because China Glaze's Celtic Sun, even if you do a nice, smooth, and even white base, it still requires 2 to 3 coats on top of that white base for it to look nice and smooth and even and completely opaque. I only did 1 coat of this over 1 coat of a white base, and I thought it looked pretty good. I do really believe that if I had paid more attention to my white base, this polish would have looked a lot better, but I think it was really good. I would have worn that manicure like that regardless. I have not found a single yellow polish, a single neon yellow polish that had an amazing formula. If somebody has made that, please let me know because I would buy it and I would buy like 10 bottles of it. So that's everything that I picked up from Poshlish. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul, swatch, and review. Poshlish, like I said, this is the first time I've ever ordered for them. I did order everything on my own. I paid everything with my own money. I found her through Instagram. I'll link everything down below in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy this, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this entire week of haul, swatches, and reviews. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.